You know, guys, even if this goes horribly wrong, at least I know this podcast is going to be better than the New York Knicks.
It's a good meme, guys. It's a good
Welcome
meme.
to the first episode of the Bros Podcast. How's it going, everybody? Today, we're talking football, okay? So we got, today, the panel of experts here in the basement compartment area, okay? We have Andrew Schmidt. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great, Michael. I'm glad that we get to, do this all. So I'm super excited to, get talking about some football.
That's a great introduction by Andrew Schmidt there. We have Ryan Louis. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. This is my first time on the podcast. I'm really excited.
Well, fun fact, everybody, this is everybody's first time on the podcast. So, we're off to a great start by Ryan Louis here.
My name.
Roman, you can say your last name yourself.
My name's Syra, alright?
Roman Syra, how's it going?
It's going up pretty well. We're filming in my basement, so I'm feeling pretty close to home here.
You really are. You know, it's a nice basement except for the broken walls and the terrible green screen. Yeah, littered toys on the floor. But it's great. It's great. It's great.
It's a work in progress, alright?
Angelo, you can also say your own last name. How's it going?
Angelo Fiscone in here. It's great to come here, talk about some football. Don't get to do this often, so just to express what we got going here this weekend is great.
That's like
Yeah.
the only good intro.
Yeah.
It's
I'm very excited today. I'm excited to sit down with some of my bros here, talk football. Okay, but you know what, guys? I gotta tell you, this wouldn't be possible sitting here in this basement with these lights, with this entire setup, if it weren't for you beautiful patrons out there, such as Osama bin Laden. I just want to say a special thank you to the man of the hour, Osama bin Laden. I think we can all agree on that, yes?
Yeah, he's been a big supporter through this whole process, and a big shout out to Osama bin Laden.
Baseball Bros does not endorse any terrorism.
So, what I'm really excited about is this upcoming weekend. It's
yes,
gonna be insane.
Yes, we have two games coming up. We have the NFC between the Rams and the Saints, and then we have the AFC, of course, with the Patriots versus the Chiefs. All this coming up on Sunday. Okay, so let's start out today with a pretty basic question. I think we all have an opinion on this one.
Let's read the script, man.
Okay, how do you think the Rams defense is going to fare to the Saints offense this weekend? We can start out with Roman.
I would like to say that, personally, I think the Rams defense is a little bit overrated. Their secondary and their linebackers just weren't what they used to be. Their D-line is amazing. It's going to be hard to stop that. What if you can attack the secondary, which the Saints can do with Drew Brees? I feel that they can win this game.
That is a valid but terrible opinion, completely wrong. Let's go
Completely.
to Angelo.
Okay, I think a better question here is who wins the battle between the Saints offense and the Rams defense?
For sure.
I mean, you look at the Saints offense. You think Drew Brees, of course, having an MVP candidate season, and then you think Alvin Kamara. Well, Alvin Kamara, is he going to be able to do his job on the ground against the Rams defensive line? Not exactly as he has done all season against other teams. Do I think this could be a high-scoring game? Yeah. Is it likely? I can't see it being likely a high-scoring game. So I could see the Rams defense definitely showing up in this game, even though they didn't earlier in the season.
Yeah, I agree. I think these players that get paid millions of dollars, sometimes they get lazy. They just don't perform as well. I think that's what you're saying exactly.
No, that's
Angelo.
not
Let's
what
cut
I'm saying.
To Ryan. Let's cut to Ryan here.
When I'm looking at the Rams and the Saints, I see two amazing offensive teams, and although both teams have had some struggles in different sections of their defense, I see their offense as being amazing. I feel like this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a shootout, and whoever's going to be able to score the most points.
So you're saying that, in fact, it's more so an offensive battle, less of one on
Yes.
defense, one on offense. Yeah, I think that's partially valid. Let's let's cut to the next opinion. Anybody here? Andrew?
I'm not super big on football, but I do feel like the Rams are superior in their defense. As Angelo said, I don't think the Saints will be able to perform as well. And personally, I'm just, go Rams. I've been following them for a decent amount of the season, and I think that they have a decent team and they have the ability to go all the way.
It's a great podcast when the guy that comes on says he doesn't know much about the topic we're talking about.
Okay.
It's always a great
Can I
start.
say something? Ryan was talking about this being an scoring game, but I really do think that defense does win championships. And while the offenses are great, it's gonna come down to which defense can perform better.
Angelo, you agree with that?
I mean, of course. Who wouldn't agree with that? But I think what you look at here is who does have the better defense. I would think we could all agree that it's definitely the Rams. The Saints don't get me wrong here, the Saints have a defense that has shown up in the playoffs. Look at last week against the Eagles. After the first quarter, a complete shutdown, complete lockdown on the Rams, who, of course, are Super Bowl champs last year. I mean,
I
That's
saw.
a great point.
You mean Eagles, correct? I'm correct.
Yeah, he said Eagles.
I said Eagles.
You said Rams.
Okay.
Anyway,
For clarification,
For clarification,
Alright.
he meant
Anyway,
Eagles.
As you know, the football is very unexpected, and you never know what's going to happen, like messing up the Eagles and the Rams, two completely different teams on different
No,
sides
I
of
was
the
saying the Eagles played.
Okay, ladies,
Andrew just-
ladies, calm down.
You're all pretty.
Run.
Even if we look at the coaching of the teams, Sean Payton and Sean McVay, just looking at last week with the Saints against the Eagles, like taking the risk of doing a fake punt on their own 30, I think there's something to be said for that type of coaching and the risk he's taking to progress them further to the Super Bowl.
We got these two Seans out there, and I gotta say, they're double trouble. double trouble right here, folks. Anyway, Roman, you can go, and I think we can wind up
there's
this
the thing
question.
about with both defenses. The Rams defense is more focused on that front seven. They have, I would say, the best D-line in the NFL. But the Saints, on the other hand, they have more of a secondary-oriented defense with good corners, good safeties, good coverage linebackers. And both offenses have deadly passing attacks and deadly running attacks. So that's what I'm saying. This is definitely going to come down to the defensive matchup.
Okay, I think that's a good line to wind up that question. So the second one I got for you guys, I think this is pretty interesting. How do you think the Saints defense is going to stop the versatility of the Rams running game?
I personally don't think that it is going to. I think, although they are a very defensively strong team, it is going to be very hard to break the Rams line rather than the Saints. So that's just my personal opinion.
Okay. Roman?
Would like to bring up something. The Saints have not let up in a 100-yard rusher this entire season. Against multiple different quality running backs. So I think that the Saints have been able to perform well on the running game this entire season. Who says they can't perform well in the playoffs?
Is anybody saying that? Angelo, you're saying that?
I would like to. I would actually disagree with that statement. To say that the Saints are a great run stopping. Well, the thing is, are they a good run stopping team? Yeah, I think they can defend. The overall defense is great for the Saints, but against the Rams, versatility, which blew out last week, C.J. Anderson. Can we just acknowledge what a game he had? That guy was just a human pinball last week.
Yeah.
No one could take that guy down. And that's something the Saints didn't see last time these two guys played.
Mm-hmm.
So now the Saints not only have to account for Todd Gurley, but C.J. Anderson. And when you look at last week, the Rams didn't use Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson on the field at the same time. So it looks like they're using one at a time, giving the other guy a break. I wonder if this week, if they'd use them both at the same time to, mix it up, show run game, and of course Todd Gurley receiving back out of the backfield. That could be a huge thing for the Rams to keep the Saints on their feet.
I gotta say, guys, if we're doing a rank of the top opinions of the night, I saw so many nods of approval around this table. That was beautiful. Thank you, Angelo. I think we can all give a good round of applause for that opinion.
All right.
I think there's.
Just to raise your hand. Anyway, I would like to say, though, there is like a two-headed monster in the running game with the Rams. However, an unnoticed player that has gone unnoticed this entire season is Saints running back Mark Ingram. They have used him quite well this entire season in place of Alvin Kamara when they need to. Mark Ingram has been there for a while now, and he's a reliable running back, just like C.J. Anderson. So,
guys, I wish you could see right now, but Angelo just made a face of complete shock and terror at what he just said. Angelo, what do you like to
in fact, Mark
clarify?
Ingram does exist.
I wouldn't say complete terror, but I wouldn't say that he's been completely ignored. I've seen plenty of stuff on Mark Ingram having a breakout season, so I wouldn't say completely ignored. I wouldn't say he's had a breakout season, I guess, per se, but I think there's definitely a two-headed monster on both teams here in the running game.
This is quite the duel we're having here, of duel of minds right now. But I'd like to throw in Ryan into this opinion here.
No, yeah, see, here you're
Well,
speaking a while.
to agree with Angelo, I feel like there was a lot of anticipation following the duality of Kamara and Mark Ingram. And I feel like they haven't really made it as dynamic as we've seen with C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley.
Okay.
You guys have
Anybody
whispering
else?
going on over here.
Yeah, we have two folks right here. We're chattering. Okay, they're talking about mic stuff right now.
Oh, okay, you know what?
They're,
Ryan, you
saying
need to
that
be
they
louder.
don't
You're
know.
not picking up. Okay, if we're gonna freaking be all honest here, you need to be louder. 'cause you're not
Ryan,
picking up.
come on, man. This is a professional.
We
podcast.
can't hear you!
Okay, everybody.
Beat the mic. Well done.
So, look, we have a very angered sound guy right now, but we're moving to the next question. Now, guys, quick opinion. We're going round table, counterclockwise, because I like to be unique sometimes. Everybody, who do you think is going to win this game? Let's go, Andrew Schmidt.
Rams for sure.
Rams, got it. You.
I'm gonna have to go with the Saints on this one, to be honest, because of how they've showed up on defense this year. I think experience at quarterback takes the cake here for this one against Jared Goff, who has struggled this season.
Okay, Roman.
I would also definitely go with the Saints here. I feel like they're both kind of equal teams in a way, but I feel like the Saints are the better team, and they do have the home field advantage. I think they can get it done.
Ryan.
I would take the Rams on this one. We've seen the dynamic offense that they have, and we've seen how well parts of their defense can work together. So I would take the Rams.
These are all very valid opinions, I would say, but
You know what,
Roman.
Michael? I want to know, what do you think about this?
What do I think? I gotta say, I don't know a lot about this. I'm in the Andrew Schmidt team. I do not know anything about football. That's why I'm on
That's
the
not
football
exactly
podcast.
the answer.
The Andrews.
I don't watch it.
Andrew at least knows the gist of what's going
Okay,
on.
everybody, okay, calm down.
Hold on. Hey, listen.
Everybody-
Respect to
Calm
Michael.
down, everybody,
Respect to
okay?
Michael.
How
Listen,
many points is a touchdown?
I'm gonna be honest.
What is a field goal?
Alright, look, I'm being put on the spot right here. Let's move on to the next one, okay? Let's move to a different championship right here. We're going to AFC. Let's talk about this. Patriots versus the Chiefs. Okay, so how do you guys think that the Patriots defense is going to hold up to the Chief offense? Let's go, Andrew.
So I have been keeping up a lot more with the Patriots over the Chiefs, but from what I've seen, especially from their past record, the Pats have made it to the Super Bowl in the last, I think, 3 to 4 years, and they've had a consistent record. Now they may have lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, but that was a shocker to almost everyone. And honestly, I think that they're going to take it home. Their offense is very great. Tom Brady's leading as quarterback, and as long as he doesn't deflate any more balls, I think it's going to be a fair fight between all of them. And I personally am going to go with
I mean, that's not right.
That's not, yeah, but Patriots are going to definitely beat the
So
Chiefs.
Andrew's going with the classic deflate the balls argument. Let's go to
Andrew knows from personal experience.
Okay, let's get back to the question of how does the Patriots defense stop the Chiefs offense? And I think, of course we look at run game and pass game. I think, of course, Patriots linebackers have stepped it up this season. After Kareem Hunt's incident earlier this season, I think that took a lot away at the running back position for the Chiefs. I think we can all agree on that. But when you look at the passing game for the Chiefs, I think that's where the Chiefs really hit their stride. Tyreek Hill being a speed guy, that Travis Kelce, they have great versatility. So I think what the Patriots need to do defensively is prepare for the pass, because although the Chiefs running backs this season have stepped it up ever since Kareem Hunt's depart from the team, I think the pass game is what's really going to kill the Patriots in this game.
Look, we can always count on Angelo to give expert opinions right here, but let's go down a level to Ryan Louise. What's your opinion?
Okay.
Michael,
That's a little
I
shot.
should just go all the way down and, hit you up, Mike, because...
Well, I would definitely say that I know the Patriots are going to try and, learn how to defend against Tyreek Hill. But I think something, almost a sneaky element is
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. He has been phenomenal this season. And I think, and also with Tyreek Hill, as you were saying earlier, teams can't guard him. He is so versatile in the routes he can run. And I feel like no matter how much they train to go up against him, they just can't defend him.
Okay. We have Angelo butting in with another thing. We're cutting off Roman. He wanted to talk, but it doesn't matter. Angelo, what's your opinion?
I think
Expert opinion. Let me just...
Expert opinion.
Yes.
I think what the Patriots have for them right now is the brothers of Jason and Devin McCourty. I think they have really been the upside of the Patriots' pass defense, and I think if they want to, if they're gonna stop the Chiefs' passing game, they're gonna have to rely on those two, both of them stepping up and having a phenomenal game.
Guys, I just want to repeat this mantra once again. Double trouble. It always comes in twos. It always comes and brings terror to the land. Listen, we got Roman here.
All right, and the thing is, though, with the Patriots secondary, I feel like, yes, Jason and Devin McCourty have stepped up a lot this year. But unfortunately, I don't think that can get it done, and that attributes a lot to the fact that Malcolm Butler left the team. This all stems back. Remember Super Bowl 51? I think it was 52, actually. They benched... Yeah, it was 52, I'm sorry. They benched Malcolm Butler, their star cornerback, before the game, and he was crying during the national anthem. So you know that he wasn't one that was part of this decision.
Guys, we need to get a live fact checker on air just so we can make sure all of our information is correct, because we had a couple of corrections already, but is that it, Roman?
And I really think that the Chiefs' passing game is just too good for the Patriots to stop.
Okay, Ryan, you'll be the last opinion. No? Okay, well.
I don't want to talk.
No more opinions. I think that's a good way to end this question.
Wait. Yes, let's end this question. Let's table it.
Okay, that question has been tabled for future reference. Okay. How does a young quarterback like Maham?
Guys, my favorite quarterback. Patrick Mahomes.
How does a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, who is only on his second season, go up with a veteran like Tom Brady?
Are you trying to coup me off in this program? What is this? What is this?
Mahomes.
You're taking away my only job. Jesus Christ.
Your new name is Michael Mahomes.
So let me just mention that, as you did say, Tom Brady is a veteran, but that does bode the question. He is getting older with every year, as everyone is. But as Tom Brady, he's not what he used to be. And although that he keeps chugging and he's a great player, but I do think that he'll be able to stand up, but not for many years in the future.
You know, and if he keeps on deflating these freaking balls,
Oh,
we're gonna
okay,
have
we're,
an issue.
we're
This
gonna
is
cut
an
off
old
the
man.
deflate game jokes.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut them off. Okay, they're
We're
done.
gonna piss off
They are
Alright.
Even
deflated.
though this is Mahomes, it's only his second season, and his first going to the playoffs, starting in the playoffs. Well, I think if you look back at the regular season, he has been amazing, having the most amount of passing touch or total touchdowns. That is amazing. 55, I believe it was.
He was 54.
54.
Sorry guys, there goes my bowels again. You gotta be careful about that.
That's a terrible meme, Andrew. Shut up.
I believe he had 50 passing touchdowns.
50.
It was always
passing
over
touchdowns.
50. It was something
Wow,
over 50.
over
He had
50
he had
passing
50
touchdowns.
passing touchdowns on the season.
That is truly incredible.
It is.
Ryan, anything else you want to say before we go to another person? You've been talking for like 5 minutes now. Let's cut back to you. Guess
What?
what? I was waiting for you to say something.
It's your last
I
words,
was walking
Ryan.
around.
And although I do not completely agree with Andrew. I think Tom Brady has been having an amazing year as well. I just believe that in this instance, Mahomes will conquer Brady. Brady.
The old shell defeat the new.
No, the new
shall
shell.
defeat
Oh,
All right, we're
What
done
do
with
you
Aaron
want,
for today.
Ali?
And the real thing is,
Yeah.
LC, Tom Brady has a ton of playoff experience. 5 Super Bowl wins and a few other losses. You know, he's got the experience. He's been there. He's done that. A guy like Patrick Mahomes hasn't had much experience, but I trust him a lot, honestly. He's played like a veteran this entire season. And obviously, the versatility of him being able to move out of the pocket is something that Brady has never had and never will have. Because frankly, he's white.
I think we are already covering
I think we're going
From
into
that
some topics that
bombshell.
should be discussed on a PG family-friendly
We're
Future
podcast.
gonna
family-
have to be reconsidering his membership here at the Bros.
Listen, we can
Official.
cut that out in post.
Let's.
You said at the
let's
start
cut
it's supposed to be raw.
Yeah, well, there's no cutting going on here, folks.
Well, raw.
So,
It's
okay.
raw.
Like, just
Okay.
look at some of the plays that Mahomes has been able to do.
Excuse me, okay. Ryan,
He's
you have
also
taken
not
my
white.
job. You have skipped other people in line. I do not
Like,
know what you're doing right now.
left-handed passes.
Look at your
No
phone
look.
case.
Okay, I think with the question.
Look at it.
Okay, everybody, calm down. Let's get an Angelo expert
Bring this
opinion.
back,
Let's go.
Expert opinion.
Okay, I believe the question here is who's gonna overperform who here, and I think that's what everyone wants to see. But I don't see either player overperforming either one. I can definitely see this being a shootout between a young and an old quarterback, and I would personally love to see that because these are both two teams I have loved to watch the entire season. I loved their Week 6 game. That game was my favorite game of the season, and I am saying that over the Packers-Bears game. This game is really, this game, in my opinion, I would love this game to be the Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay, any other opinions here? Ryan?
Well, that was also my favorite game of the season. And just look, if
Dang.
what?
No, mine is
You're
Packers
kind of
Bears.
tacking on.
For the record,
No,
mine
no,
is
yeah.
Packers
But to add
Bears.
on, like, it was definitely a shootout, but you could tell that towards the end, like the third and fourth quarters, the Chiefs started to get into the groove more and started really working how we've seen them throughout the season.
That's a very good opinion. I think that's a good way to conclude before asking, of course, the final question. This is the big kahuna right now, and that is who's going to win, Chiefs or Patriots? Now, last time we went counterclockwise. I stumbled on that one. But today,
Michael Babcock, everyone.
Today I'm going
But
in
today,
order.
even though they're both today,
Today I'm going in order.
It's a
of
new day,
relevance.
guys.
Hey mate, you stumble on another thing, and we're gonna have you stumble out the door.
Andrew,
My God, what is happening?
Y'all are
today?
ruthless.
Okay, guys.
be nice to Big
I'm
Mike.
going in order of what you actually know in the sport. So let's go to Angelo first.
can I actually go last?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I guess
Jeff-
I'm going opposite of that. Andrew.
Let's start with
Andrew.
No, it's not with me actually. I gotta say, based on the two, I like the names Chiefs better than the Patriots. I just think it sounds cooler, so I'm gonna go with Chiefs. Let's go to Andrew. Least knowledge here. Let's go.
I mean, above you, definitely. I think Patriots are gonna win again, as they've proven time and time again that they can make it to the Super Bowl without many issues. I'm not gonna make another Deflategate joke. I'm very tempted to, but I'm not going to. Next, let's go with Ryan, because he doesn't know nearly as much as. Oh, I said Patriots. Ryan, go.
Wow, just taking his job. Okay.
Yeah.
Just-
What is this?
So I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs on this one. Just with all the weapons they have, with Mahomes, Travis Kelce, it's just, I definitely think it's gonna be a shootout, but I think it favors the Chiefs.
And I'm gonna go and ask Roman. Of course, he's walking around the studio throwing a miniature
Trying to make the
basketball. So of course we're doing great here at the
Doing
studio.
He
Okay.
just missed for the record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
no, I
missed
can't-
About a
The third
6
time,
foot
too,
shot.
the
here.
third
I know, I made it at the
Okay.
beginning of the
Okay.
episode.
Ladies,
Roman,
ladies.
Roman, how do you feel?
Okay, Roman.
I honestly
how do you
think this is going to be a good game, but it's going to come down to the fact that the running game has been completely undervalued in these matchups. Obviously, the Chiefs did have Kareem Hunt for that first game, but I think that's what it's going to come down to. There's going to be running the ball in this game, because none of those teams are going to see it coming. So it's going to have there's going to be a running game. Surprisingly, you think it might be a shootout. I think that's going to come down to the run game. And in the run game, the Patriots are just more reliable. So I'm going to go with the New England Patriots to win this one.
Now that's a great opinion, but I gotta say I'm looking forward to this next one. This better be good, Angelo. I'm expecting a lot. Angelo?
Senior.
I hate to cut someone down, but I would really have to completely disagree with Roman.
Whoa, my God!
I'm sorry, Roman. No disrespect, but I can't see this thing going to the run game very much at all. I can see a lot of passes being thrown in this game from two teams who, have not been able to step up defensively throughout the regular season as much as they would have liked to. Who do I think is going to win? I would love to see these both teams win, but we got to choose a winner, right? No ties. So I would go with the Chiefs only because of how they stepped up defensively last week against a spectacular Colts offense, which again has a running and passing game. The way they stepped up, I'm gonna say Chiefs on this one.
I love that opinion, but I gotta say, way to cut down Roman right before I'm about to talk about his new show that just came out about sports, actually about basketball. So hopefully his opinions on basketball are more legitimate than his football ones. But anyway, Roman, you want to
Also, I would like to say the fact that it's like Patriots is me and Andrew, and I kind of want to shift to this side, because being on a team with only Andrew isn't exactly a team you want to be on.
Oh,
But it's too late now. It's too late now. I'm going to stand by my pick.
Inter-party fighting right now.
All right, listen now.
Okay, so I want to wrap up this program.
Listen, I want to talk about one more thing.
Warriors drama
If you will
going
see,
on here.
if you guys watch the upcoming episode, we do have the game of the week for the NBA is going to be Raptors Rockets, and I want to see what your guys' opinions, except for Michael because you're the host. Your guys' opinions on this game.
Do we have time for that?
I
We
actually,
have time.
I think we're gonna.
There's not a time limit. We got.
Why? Okay, wait. I do have a question. I'm gonna ask on air right now. Why are you so stringent on 30 minutes? I'm just a little bit confused.
That's just consistency. I want to get something set up.
I think we can go a little bit over.
I
this
think
brilliant
that no,
question
this
right
is
now.
this is uncut. This is raw. We don't want a certain time limit. If we go over, we go over.
Okay,
If we go under,
let's-
we
Okay,
go
whoa,
under.
whoa! He just got up from his chair. He just hit Andrew live in the face. Oh my God.
For the record, that did not happen.
Okay, well.
For the record, I
Thank you
just
for
slammed the
spoiling
tape.
my
Let's
question.
answer this question real
Alright,
quick.
Angelo.
And
Okay. I just said Anselo, the question.
Anselo.
Angelo. Oh my god. Ryan, what do you think?
Well, looking at these two teams, you can clearly see that they're both very good in the passing game.
We're talking about basketball now.
do you know what basketball is?
Do you know what that
You know what, guys?
There
guys,
is a passing game in basketball. I'd like
Technically.
Guys, okay. here,
I would
let's-
say that both teams do have reliable point guards in Chris Paul, who is injured, but James Harden is also a point guard, and Kyle Lowry.
But when it comes down to it, I would take the Raptors.
Me as well. I'm gonna go with the Raptors.
Okay, we got a 2 for the Raptors. What do you two think?
All right, Angelo, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
Okay, I'll go first. I am a little biased against the Raptors, but for this game, James Harden has been on fire. I think the Raptors got to put Kawhi Leonard guarding James Harden. I think that could be the formula to slow him down right there, being arguably the best defensive small forward in the league. I think James Harden doesn't do his job. I think Kyle Lowry too much of a load on him. So I think Kawhi is gonna really step it up this game. I'm gonna take the Raptors.
Okay, Roman?
And obviously, however, there is some things to consider, like the fact that the Rockets have been very good on their home stretches recently. Their only home loss in the last 10 games, I'm pretty sure, was against the Milwaukee Bucks, who are the best team in the league as of this podcast. So I think that the Rockets are really underrated at home. I think that the Rockets may have a chance to pull out. Obviously, it's going to come down to some great players. Kawhi Leonard, he's an amazing player. He did get a game's rest because he didn't play yesterday against the Suns. But I do really think that the Rockets' high-powered offense is gonna downfall the Raptors. The Raptors aren't the best at defending a three-pointer, and the Rockets are very good at utilizing the three-pointer to their advantage.
You know,
I'm gonna go Rockets.
Yeah, this is a very beautiful ending. We really got both sports into this 30-minute segment. That was very beautiful. Thank you to all of you here. I just want to say thank you for coming tonight to talk about football, a little bit of basketball too. I just want to say thank you to all of our patrons out there, especially our only one, which is Osama bin Laden. And also,
That
I would
is
like
one
to
of our
say-
friends.
Also, I want to do a little bit of promotion today for our great partner here, Ryan Louis. Would you like to introduce your product to us?
Yeah, so there's an up-and-coming rapper, the Asian Project. You should really check his stuff out on SoundCloud and YouTube.
You know, I gotta tell you, he's not that good, but please, he needs help. Please subscribe. Okay. Anyway, guys, I need to conclude up this. He is really breathing down my neck right now. Just subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell, please. Ding dong. Subscribe. Have a good time. Patreon. See you later.
And make sure to tune in to episode 2 of the weekly newscast.